Yeah, welcome once again. I am Mr. Emmanuel of Success, Django ICT Resources Limited, Real Estate. So, for those that have been following serially in our Django training, in our last video we wrote code for models, and we said that here we imported a Django file that contains a structured query language turning Python classes into a table. And here we imported a file, the user table file from authenticate models. So this authenticate here manages the user table from Django. So don't worry much about that, but understand that this is a user table from Django, and it has already been created for us. It's just for us we are importing it. So now this is a Python class. What we have seen here is a Python class. So now we are going to explain this line by line, and try to make our videos as short as possible so that we don't have issues when watching or downloading them. So this first line of code in this Python class is a table column or a table header. If you have drawn your table, for example, in our secondary school days, they will tell you to draw a table, and then they will tell you first name, last name, you draw lines vertically. You draw lines vertically, and then you see those column heads, those columns. So this is what is just here. Just assume that it's the same thing that is here. So now this customer, this one-to-one here means that the Django is not going to allow any customer to have more than one profile. Because ordinarily, or let's say that in a normal society too, a normal human being will never have more than two profiles unless he's faking it. So Django will not allow anyone on our application to register more than one profile unless you use another name. But that same name with the same thing will not be allowed. That is what is one-on-one. Only one customer with one profile. So this user here is the table that Django has already created for us. We are importing the user table. So this customer is going to be saved in that, let's say the user table has been called here such that the customer, this column customer, will be saved in that user. There are some attributes from there that will be called to save this in the profile, and then it will be related to that user table for authentication purposes, to make sure that no user have more than one profile. Then on delete cascade, meaning that once this user is deleted, everything about this user should be deleted. Whether the user have another information, another place in another table, maybe suppose we have another table, say payment. So once this user is deleted, then the payment information of this user also should be deleted in the payment table. That is what this thing, this line is standing for. Then the related name here is the name that instead the name will be used for reverse relationship with another table. Let us say that instead of calling the user equals to, that is, say customer equals to profile dot object dot get user equals to user. Then we'll just write customer dot user dot customer profile. That will say that a reverse link to the user profile. Don't worry, we'll get to that very soon. So these char fields are just characters we have already mentioned. Then the email field here means that if it is not email, if you have written, the user have written anything in this field, this email field that is not an email, it will not be allowed. And the unique equals to true here means that every user is going to have a unique email. Another user will not be able to use the other user's email to register another account with it. If you try it, the system will tell you that the email has already been taken. That is what that means. And then date time field auto now add means that immediately this profile is created, the time by which the profile was created should be captured. So that is all about the explanation on the Python class we have written. Thank you. I've been fast just to make our video short, and thank you for following. I encourage you to like our video, encourage you to subscribe to our channel and make it good. Thank you as you follow us in the next